Hi, welcome to Next Step Leadership's LeaderCast for the month of November. I know it'll be time for comfort food and pecan pie and all the good stuff soon. But before then, I have an action-packed day with my buddy Buck Baker here. Why Buck? First and foremost, out now as of October 1st, Lessons in Leadership Volume 2. My man Buck here is lesson 34, entitled The 3 Ps, Provide, Protect, and Participate. Why Buck? Why is he here with me today? There have been times over the past 7 years of my life where I have had my own trials, my own angsts, my own ways of learning how to live an adventure we call life. And at 4, 5, 6 in the morning, Buck has been there consistently at different times having conversations with me about life, family, raising his children, and Buck has probably seen me at my lowest points. Not a word, not a gesture, not a judging moment in his heart. He's probably one of the purest and realest family men that you will ever find, and I am so excited to have him here. And be willing to share his head and heart with us. And I will tell you this, the wildest thing has happened. Never have I gotten this many people interested and excited about questions. I had to put them on a list and get them out because I've also asked Buck, because what I went through with Dr. Cathcart is realizing this is a great question of the interview. So I've given the task to Buck to figure out and tell me which one of you, as viewers on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever you're coming from and ask great questions, Buck has been given the privilege of picking the best question that he feels fits what would work for his challenges and answering. So thank you for the continued support. We had 23 questions come in. We've condensed them, and we're excited to be here today. But as we always move through, first question, who is Buck Baker?
All right, Buck Baker. For everybody out there, my name is Hurther Baker, but all my family, all my friends call me Buck.
I get to be a friend.
Yeah,
I'm a Buck guy.
This my guy. It's my guy right here. We've known each other for a while. And, God has been amazing putting us in the same area to be able to meet, and just be able to sit here today and to just talk is a beautiful and it's a wonderful thing, man. But as far as myself, I'm just Baltimore born and raised. So,
Ravens.
Yeah, gotta love my Ravens. Gotta love my Orioles. Birdland
Yeah.
is why it's called Birdland. Y'all can hate all y'all want to. Come check it out. But yeah, I'm just a family man. Family man. Love God. Love family, man. Just love life in general.
I love that.
Love life in general, man. It's
family,
just
God,
life,
day
man.
to day, finding the
Man.
experiences.
Listen to me, man. Life is
I love
too
it.
good to always dwell on the negative.
I love that.
Why not?
Thank you.
Just find the positive in it and just continuously move forward.
I love it.
That's just me.
So what are your current goals? What's Buck up to?
Man, right now, I'm just trying to make sure that my family is in a good place. You know what I mean? Right now, church, God's First Ministries, G1 is what we call it, man. We growing. My brother-in-law,
G1 Ministries.
Yeah, G1 Ministries called
Yes.
God First.
God First.
You know my brother-in-law, Myron, man.
Yes.
We
Myron, we're coming for you.
Yeah.
You were one of my greatest misses in Volume 2. I'm challenging you, buddy.
Yeah, so right now we just trying to get the church really up and running and moving and get life going really well, man, in the ministry, man. Things are growing. Things are really growing, man. It's coming along. We've been in ministry now for 5 years. So just trying to just do that, man,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, how does someone, for professional work, what are you currently doing in your profession?
Right now, I work for a company called Tricon Residential.
Tricon Residential.
I'm like one of the senior lead technicians.
Okay.
It's a great position.
I think one of the things that's most fascinating is the moment I put, what questions do we have for a senior lead technician, how everything came pouring in. People want to hear from somebody who's in the day-to-day and working through those processes. You know, how does someone get to your level?
Man, it's just years of training. Years of training. Just being able to understand that, you know, being open to learn. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying, man?
So years of just head down, learning it out.
Learning,
okay.
Man. Just, you know, in maintenance, you run into different problems every day. Some places, the stuff is pretty routine. But in the single-family home market, nothing's the same. Nothing is the same. You could have 100 houses, and every house is different when you walk in. You know, different
schematics.
Houses. Oh man, everything is just different. Nothing's the same.
So even like the units or the power voltages, all of it.
Everything is different, man. You just don't know what you're walking into, and you know, until you get there. You know, put your hands on it, and then you're like, man, let's just get this done.
Now, going with that in mind, day to day in the units, what would you say is the most challenging part of your job?
One of the most challenging parts are dealing with people. You know, everybody wants everything right now. If I got a problem, I want it resolved right now. I called you 5 minutes ago. I know you got here at minute 6, but why couldn't you fix it before you got here? You know, but that's just people. Everybody
I'm hot. I'm cold. I'm inconvenienced.
This is going wrong. All this is wrong. But that's the one of the hardest parts is just dealing with people. But the thing with me, I love it.
So you're a people person.
I'm a people person.
Yeah.
You know, I enjoy walking into situations where people might be a little upset before I get there, but when I'm walking up out of there, they're in a better headspace.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, all right. So you got the people part, and now looking at leadership and management. You know what I'm really inspired by doing all this. What would you say is the biggest issue you've had with management, and how do you handle that?
Well, you know, management is all about knowing your job. You get what I'm saying? You know, unfortunately,
it's not just your job description, though.
Yeah, not
right?
just your job description, just knowing your job a lot. Well, you know, just knowing your job. But just like any business, you know, a lot of times it's not what you know, is who you know. So sometimes people get in positions that they're not qualified for. So, you know, people want to put people over top of, you know, operations or this or that, and those individuals never done the job before. So it's almost like under people, we the team have to almost have like train your supervision.
I'm not out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, man. So, but all in all, that's fine too.
Now, well, with that input, like that kind of input, though. So how does management deal? Like, how would I deal with you giving me input since you're out there that way? How do you feel that they work with your input? There's trust? Is there do they feel like you're condescending because you know more about the machinery or the apartments or the different complexes you're at? What's it like? What's management's input like? Giving input to management like?
Well, long as you understand that you don't know everything, or as long as you understand that you probably just don't know in general. You know, that way you could build trust in your team. Like, let's say if you never done maintenance before, or you never did occupied maintenance before. So you coming in, they give you this position, and they say, well, oversee this. So you don't know, but then you be like, I'm going to tell you how to do your job. But you don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Just be understanding that as a team.
Yeah. Tell me the plan.
Yeah, we work together as a team.
Yeah.
But let me help you understand what we have going on out here. You know what I'm saying? So that's way, if I help you understand what we got going on out here, you'll have a better understanding of what you're dealing with, and then you can actually grow into the position that you have.
The other part of that then is understanding the client too. So that leads like to, you know, what kind of tech? So we talked about a little bit about management. So what techniques do you use with your most difficult clients? You just got done explaining they wanted it done before I even showed up this morning, before I brushed my teeth this morning. You know, how do you take a difficult client and have a positive experience?
Just patience.
Patience?
Just patience, man. See,
How
most
do
people.
I work on patience? How does somebody who's watching today, how do you help them get to a place where they have patience?
This is the thing. The reason why most people are upset, especially in business, is because it's lack of communication and it's lack of patience. You know, like I say, everybody wants stuff done now.
Instant.
Okay, instantly.
Microwave.
Okay, I might can come look at it right now,
Yeah.
but I might not be able to fix it right now.
Sure.
So in the midst of communication, I can say, hey, this is the problem. This is what we need to do. So let me get this stuff together. Let me get everything in order. And on this day, between this block of time, we can come back and resolve this. And just try to hold yourself accountable for that date and time that you say.
He said he'd be here.
But if you're not,
Yeah.
it's about communication, man. And because people, you'd be amazed how many people don't have patience.
Yeah.
But you, as the person that's working for an organization, you have to have the patience, although they don't. You know what I mean? 'Cause you don't.
You got to be bigger than the work.
You have to be bigger.
You got to be
than
bigger
the work,
than the
man.
work. Message.
You don't want to be the one that.
Oh yeah, well we're never coming back. How's that sound? Yeah.
Or
Good luck.
It's
almost cold season.
You just gotta have patience with people because you just never know how bad of a day they having. Also.
Sure.
So
you don't know what you're stepping
I
into.
don't want to be part of your bad day.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we talked about management. We talked about the client. What's one thing that you would change about your job?
One thing that I would change about my job, man,
What would it be?
if I had one thing to change, it would be more professional growth, professional development, and things of that nature in this business. Because in occupied maintenance, there's only certain steps, certain levels.
How do I get better?
Yeah, and the problem with that is most organizations, there is need for positions, but a lot of times they don't want to put those positions in place. You got organizations now that's like really seeing what maintenance is doing, and they be like, okay, instead of having one person overseeing the whole project, let's put people in supervisor position here or lower management positions here. So then there's levels to the top part of the management, and that's what they need more positions, more growth, more development in leadership.
Shameless plug. If you looking to learn how to become or work on your own leadership, here we go. I didn't pay him to say that either.
No. Yeah.
What hands-on skills are recommended to know? If we were to talk to a group of 10th, 11th, or 12th graders, because I work closely with like career and tech ed, what type of skills would you put out there to say that the youth should be working on to get there? Because what we're noticing is like this huge job gap. Like we're running out of carpenters, we're running out of plumbers, we're running out of people with skilled trade capabilities.
Right.
What do you recommend for youth as they're pursuing opportunities?
Well, I mean, in this field, you have to pretty much be versed in multiple areas. Electrical, heat and air conditioning, plumbing, carpentry. I mean, the thing of it is you have to be open to learn. You got to be open to know that you don't know everything, so there's going to be somebody that's there to teach you these things, and you're going to want to know them. I mean, I have certifications in pretty much all these areas, and they're needed.
So learn it all.
Learn it all.
Be hungry for welding. Be hungry for electrical.
Yeah,
and then come through.
I mean, you don't have to be perfect at everything,
but maybe know a little bit about it. Right. Okay.
But I can tell you for myself personally, I'm strong in heating and air conditioning, electricity, and plumbing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I know areas, all the other areas.
You do have an idea.
Where I can get in there and say, okay, I can get this done.
Right. I can't weld that.
Like welding at all?
Yeah.
I'm not a welder.
I'm gonna blow up your house.
You don't want me to do anything when it comes to welding. But but I'm open to learn. And that's the one thing people always have to be mindful, just to be open to learn. Don't be so closed minded as though somebody can't step in and say, hey, Angelo,
It's not my job.
Yeah, just
Oh, let me see that.
like
Let me check
Angela,
that out.
learn this, do that.
Okay.
Just be open minded.
Open-minded.
Mm-hmm.
Buck, this next question was asked twice.
Okay.
What would you, as a senior team leader, recommend to management about attracting and holding on to high caliber talent? People that are they have those skills, they are open-minded, and they potentially hear about a job for $50, $60, $100 an hour versus whatever they're making currently, which might be more, might be less, or the benefits packages are different. Mm-hmm. What kind of recommendations do you make for managers and leaders to keep good high caliber talent?
Well, to be honest with you, in today's time, you have to. I know a lot of organizations and I know a lot of state leaders, they don't want to hear this. But first and foremost, you have to pay people.
Have to pay.
You have to
open up the wallets.
You have to pay people. I'm just going to be honest. You can't, that part of it, you can't sugarcoat. Mm-hmm. You have to pay people. In order to attract the best talent or to keep the best talent, you really need to pay people. And also you have to have a culture, a great culture, a great atmosphere for to keep these people with the organization, man. A lot of times,
what does a good culture look like? I'm going off
making
off
sure that your staff is appreciated, making sure that input is wanted. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just making sure when people are being celebrated, just make sure that your staff is part of the celebration.
So they're also a part of the accolades.
Yeah, because a lot of times what happened, I mean, and this
celebrate.
And this is with all business. You can have, even at a supermarket, you can have a supermarket full of cashiers and all these individuals that work for this supermarket, but when there's awards or when there's other areas that's being celebrated, you never hear about the people that's on the ground doing the work. You always hear about the management above them. Those are the ones that end up receiving all the.
I'd like to thank myself for being
they're
so
the ones
great.
who receiving all the awards and all the
and
all that stuff like that. But it's the people that's doing the hands-on work. It's the people that's below the upper management. You gotta let them know that they appreciate it, man. Let them know they want it, mm-hmm. and you want to keep them part of the team, part of your team.
Okay.
Yeah. Man.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So one of the things that came up is culture, mindful. What happens when everything is going right? There's no repairs needed. All the preventative maintenance work is come correct. What do you ask of your team at this time? Like when all tasks are complete, how do you keep them hungry and keep them professionally developed?
So just to be honest with you, in this field, there's always something to do.
Always something.
It's always.
So no, if they went out and read 3 or 4 phone books full of maintenance repair, and
always something.
There would be something to find.
It's always.
Okay, so they have to be motivated too.
Yeah, it's always something to do. Okay. I mean, don't get me wrong. You have slow seasons where things slow down. Like we have company vehicles. Me myself personally, I'm big on making sure that your vehicle is clean, making sure things are properly stocked, making sure your area, our trucks are considered our offices. So you have to make sure that your office,
mobile office.
Yeah, you have to make sure you have what you need. So this way, when you walk into a resident's home, you're able to do the job without saying, "Hold on, let me go to Home Depot, let me go to Lowe's.
I'll be right back."
I'll be right back.
A half hour later.
I'm the guy that try to be mindful of people's time.
Yeah.
So so if you can prepare yourself, you know what I'm saying? Preparation is always key and is important. And then, that right there, that helps a lot when things start slowing down. Like right now, it's we get ready to go in October, November.
Yeah, the heat. I need heat.
Heat right now is about to be a big thing. Mm-hmm. So, but also in this profession, things tend to slow down a little bit around that time. Okay. So now is the time to really start preparing for next year.
Be hungry for knowledge, and stockpiling.
And also, if there's anything that you don't know as far as heating and air conditioning, things of that nature, we can make sure that we could put you with a person that's strong in those areas.
Oh, cool.
That way you can learn.
Almost like a mentor moment. Okay.
Everything is a teachable moment.
I love it. Now, tell me about a time you had a safety issue or a job hazard. How did you work through those concerns, and you know, how did you work through valuing safety over productivity?
Safety is of utmost importance. If it's a dangerous situation,
Yeah.
no matter what, don't put yourself in it. Don't put yourself in it.
Do not stay away from the dangerous points.
Stay
Okay.
away from the danger. This is my thing. I want to go home to my family. I want you to go home to your family.
You want me to live in the house
listen
safely?
to me. I just want you. I want everybody to go home the same way they came to work, safe. So I wouldn't ask you to do anything that I wouldn't do. I wouldn't say, hey, I know it's raining and it's thundering and lightning outside. Go work on a 240 volt AC unit outside that's full of copper and aluminum.
You're gonna be fine.
Yeah, you're gonna be fine. Never mind that lightning storm out there.
Yeah, it's not Doc from Back to the Future.
No.
There.
If you survive that, you can survive anything. No, I ain't saying that. So just be careful. Just make sure that if there's a safety issue, man, avoid it at all costs. Don't go out there and try to prove that you're Superman and I can get it done.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Be safe.
Don't hurt
Come
yourself.
home.
Don't hurt yourself.
Come home safe.
Don't do that.
Now, we kind of went through management. We went through client. We went through safety. How do you keep your team motivated? What do you do for motivation? How do you keep people motivated?
I keep people motivated, man. You know what? It's crazy. Me and the guys outside of work.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just get together and have a good time. I mean,
that goes into culture.
It goes into culture, man. We get together sometimes, go bowling. Play a little bit of pool. Just.
Are you any good at bowling and pool? I'm terrible at both, but I
mean,
like them. I like them. No offense.
I mean, I'm terrible, but you'll find out if you play.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm a good trash talker.
Yeah.
I'm that
Number
guy.
one in the country.
I'm that guy. I might bowl a 44. But I'm gonna talk like I'm bowling a 300. You know what I mean?
His sixth perfect game.
Yeah. I'm killing these pins, but really I'm hurting myself.
Killing the wood, right?
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, man, that's part of that culture and it's part of that togetherness, man, and just.
So they want to be with you even when they're not at work.
Yeah, that's what we do. We come together, man.
How many of you out there can really say, man, I can't wait to hang out with Bob and Jeff and Tanya today outside of 8 to 5 or 12 to 7 or 3 to 11 p.m. Now, that's some pride. That's, for me, listening to Buck say that's pretty prideful, man. That's an awesome culture builder.
Yeah.
So that leads to the other part. We talked about a little bit about what you do to keep them motivated and on task and build culture, but what do you do when you go offline? What are your day-to-day interests? What are you into?
Man, once again, just family. Just family, man. Just family, church. It's all that stuff, man. That's what I'm into. That's what I do. I'm not a religious person. One of these people that's all over the top religious, but I love.
You're
church.
sinning right now.
No, that's not who I am. The name of our church is called God First, and I just want people to understand to put God first in everything, and everything will fall in this right place. But man, just family and church, man.
Okay.
If you're talking about activities, I like hanging outside, so it's nothing new for me to say, hey, let's go up to the mountains.
Let's take a walk.
Let's go
or
down
hike.
to the coast and just hang out on the beach or something like that.
Yeah.
Just to be outside, that's my thing. I love being outdoors.
I love that. That bring you serenity. So what are you doing to grow as a leader? What are your so what are you doing to grow in a leadership capacity? And then what are your daily habits?
Always learning.
Always learning.
Always learning. There's a ton of new product that comes out every year. New models of different units and all sorts of other things. So you have to consistently be growing your mind in this business. Like heat and air conditioning. You know, a lot of people don't know. You know, everybody think it's just putting hands to the plow, but now a lot of this stuff is becoming more computer based. You know, now you have to be able to adjust with the times.
I think that the most recent transition over the past 10 years that I could think of is automotive.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be very, part oriented. Now it's more chip and,
Yes.
computer. So you're
Yes.
seeing the same
And
thing,
you're starting to see the same thing.
like digitized.
I mean, everything, man, is now starting to go that
So
direction.
you could never not learn.
No, you have to continuously grow in this business, and you have to have an open mind. You know, I work with some older guys, and I work with some younger guys. But you know, you have people that's older that's like, oh man, I want to use the old analog type of stuff, which you can. It's still effective
If those units are in place.
Yeah, if things are set for that. But now they have all this new digital devices, gauges, and all sorts of stuff like this. Whereas though, instead of you having to use the old analog stuff, and then you manually have to go through this step, that step, and this step.
Sure.
Now with the new digital stuff, you come in, you plug up, and then boom, the answers are right there in front of you.
That's wild.
Man, things are changing, and you have to be able to change with the times.
Mhm.
So I'm consistently learning, man, just going from, different classes, whether you're online or whether I can go into like a HVAC, supply store and
Sure.
stuff like that, because they all give classes.
Mhm.
So you have to be able to continuously learn.
Thank you. Last question from the viewers.
Mm-hmm.
10 years from now, when you're out leading and with your family, what do you hope to hear from others when they mention you as a leader?
That I was effective and impactful. That's it, man. I just want to be effective. I just want to be able to come in, teach, show people, and then they can take what I'm teaching and showing them and build upon it and learn, man, and continue to
That's so powerful.
grow. I mean, I'm just being honest.
That's
with you,
super
man.
powerful. I love that.
Just,
I want to be effective and make sure people leave hungry to keep learning.
yeah. I mean, and you'll know how effective you are or was after you walk away.
Sure. If it falls apart,
You know what I'm saying?
if it runs smooth, if it gets better.
And not just that, you realize how many people actually miss you.
Day to day.
Yeah, day to day, man.
The culture piece.
It's that culture piece, man. And then not just effective as far as work is concerned, man. I just want to just be part of people's lives, so this way, when I'm in it, they can say, okay, man, he was really helpful to grow who I am today. Man, and I just want to be effective and impactful. That's what I want to do,
Awesome.
man.
I have a couple standard next step questions.
Come on, talk to me.
And some of them are more my passions. And of course, the first one always is what's on the nightstand? What are you reading right now?
Oh, what am I reading? Currently, there's a book by Brianna Wise.
Okay.
The name of the book is called The Mountain Is You.
The Mountain Is You.
The Mountain Is You.
Okay.
And the good part about this book, it's about you being your own mountain. You being in your own way. You being your own hurdle.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You sabotaging yourself.
I was just talking about saboteurs the other day.
You're being your own mountain. Instead of helping yourself, you're hurting yourself.
What's holding you back?
So what's holding you back, and then you come to realize, I'm what's holding me back.
The Mountain Is You.
The Mountain Is
Brianna
You.
Wise?
It's Wise.
Wise.
And it's a really good book. It's about, instead of self-sabotaging yourself, it's about self-mastery. Just being the best version of you, doing better, and stop putting yourself in bad positions to where as though you can't get over that.
Talk yourself out of things.
Man, we be amazed how much we hurt ourselves.
Yeah, negative speak or negative self-thoughts.
Negative self-thoughts, man. Just not being motivated to go get it. Just putting ourselves in bad situations.
Yeah.
Let's just be real. People do that stuff every day.
Sure.
But
sure.
we need to stop being our own hurt.
Stop being your own sabotage.
Yeah, you gotta stop sabotaging yourself.
So this is one of my favorites. What would you say is the biggest misconception about you, and how do you work through it?
One, two was two. It was two.
1A and 1B.
1A
Here
and
we go,
1B.
people.
The first one.
My favorite part, your whole body language changed. You went, here we go.
People believe that I'm not approachable.
You and I, what we're learning is the man's got a heart of gold, right?
Yeah.
But you know, so it's probably my appearance. You got these giant pipes over here. You're a big, strong guy. They probably go, "Oh, I'm not interested in whatever he's going to say to me."
For some reason,
he's
they think
going
I'm
to
not
yell at
approachable.
me.
I'm
so you're not approachable, and then what's 1B?
At 1B, some folks say by me being so simple, I'm complicated. And let me explain that to you. I'm a simple individual. I like to get to the. If you ask me a question, I want to get directly to the answer. I don't want to have to go through.
I get told I'm New York direct.
Yeah,
because I'm from Syracuse.
So I'm that guy that if you say, "Hey, what you want for your birthday?" I don't know. Just take me out something to eat.
A Baltimore jersey, Lamar jersey.
Just give me something to eat, and then they be like, "Well, get you something to eat." No, I thought you would want to do something like this. Want to do something like that? I'm like, no, I'm just simple.
A belly full.
I'm a simple guy, but some people tell me,
oh, there's more
by
to
me
this.
being simple.
Yeah.
I'm so complicated because I'm simple. People try to overthink me and what I want.
I can't. You're unapproachable, and I don't know. I really don't know what you want.
Yeah,
you're too much.
Like I'm too.
I just want
because you're so simple. You too much.
Yeah.
And I'm just simple.
Yeah. I'm just happy to be here.
Hey, to me. What you want for your birthday? Hey, give me a pack of Oreo cookies. I'm
great.
I'm
double
fine.
stuffed.
Yeah, double stuffed. Give me the mint flavor. I don't care.
Oh, mint.
Yeah. Don't tell nobody that.
YouTube followers in the comments, favorite type of Oreo. All right, I got swag for you. Tell me about a time you failed, and I hate that word because there's always opportunity in future forward. But tell me about a time that you failed as a leader.
Tell me a time that I failed. Matter of fact, whoever posted this question.
Yeah.
I mean, whoever that person that posted this question, that right there is a loaded question, man. I mean, because the time that I failed as a leader is the time that I allowed my emotions to get the better of me.
Patience was out the window.
It was totally gone. So, what I like to tell people, no matter what's going on at home, no matter what's going on outside of work, leave it there.
Okay.
Leave it there. Don't
take a step into a new doorway.
Yeah. Don't bring that stuff to work.
Yeah.
And and just how it is. Family.
Don't home from work.
Family. Got into an argument before I left home.
Oh, so you already were in a mood.
So I'm already in a mood, and I allowed myself to bring my emotions to work. And it immediately showed.
I'm going to burn your house down.
It was one of those times where I didn't practice what I preached.
So you're out of your own principles.
Yeah, and I was out of my own principles at that moment, man. And you got to stay within your principles, because if not, it throws everybody off. If I'm telling you to do something and I do the opposite of it, that's not being a good leader.
Everybody, what you're hearing right now is Buck giving us the most real, raw, and human answer you can give to taking a step and not being future forward as a leader, and realizing that I am not representing who I want to be right now in this situation. And that's hard. When he talks about patience first, this is the type of conversation that leads you down the path of realizing you got to be patient. You got to be hungry for being open-minded, because you don't know what people bring. Thank you for that. That was a fantastic answer, raw and human. Thank you.
Well, whoever posted that question, that's the winner
swag
right
for
there.
Them. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'll be honest with you,
it's a tough one.
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
It's a tough one, and there's many failures out there. You just have to learn from them.
Just keep coming.
Man, you're going to fail at some point in time.
It's coming.
It's coming.
So we have come to the point where it is the last question of the Next Step Leadership Leadercast for November. Good luck, Baltimore, in all avenues. I don't know if the Orioles have a chance at anything, do they?
It's not.
It's bleak. Outlook. Little black ball says outlook not so good.
It's
teetering.
Yeah, it's teetering.
Okay. Ravens. Ravens.
They they gonna be good.
Ravens are good.
They're gonna be good.
All right.
They going to be good.
Last question and shameless plug, Volume 1, Volume 2, Schwag. These are new, too. I've got one way over here.
Oh, yeah.
Next Step Leadership pens, people. We've lost our minds. We're having a good time.
Get the pens.
Last question, Buck. Thank you for coming on this journey with me. What thoughts or ideas would you like to leave the people who are watching Next Step Leadership Leadercast interviews with us today or in the future?
Oh. And this... What I want to leave, I just want people to understand that having a hands-on skill is not a failure. Because if you look at the way people recognize careers or look at careers now, if you're not a brain surgeon, if you're not a CEO of a major corporation, if you're not this or you're not that, you're a failure. But I want people out there to know, another generation understand, just because you're a plumber, just because you're a carpenter, just because you do HVAC, doesn't mean you fail. Just because you end up going to a trade school instead of college, you're not a failure.
I have a diploma, or I have a certificate.
Yeah, you're not a failure. I mean, because if you look at business in general, all avenues of what I'm just talking, there's tons of people making money and finance and growing in those businesses like that. I mean, it's tons of finance, and it's a great thing to have, a great lesson to have. All these hands-on skills, man. Just imagine if you knew how to do the plumbing in your own home.
No question.
How much money you would save yourself?
If I knew how to do my own oil change without having the car fall on me.
You know what I'm saying? But look how many big organizations, how many people making money off these, those type of skills. So I just want to let the next generation know, hey, learn it.
Stay open-minded.
Stay open-minded. It's not a failure because you do heat and air. You're not.
No, not at all.
You're not a failure. It's big money out there, because I got to put it out there. It's big money out there. But it all depends on you, your drive, your determination, your willing to learn, and your consistency. Because consistency is the difference between winners and wannabes. So you got to remain consistent, and you got to remain hungry. And guess what? Just go get it.
Thank you, sir. Awesome time, everybody. We'll see you in December. I got something special for you. He doesn't know it yet, but he's going to be there. We'll see you in December, everybody.